Recently, a lot of non-spenders were flexing on the spenders by using renegades to defeat them. Now, as we all know, Mafia City is a pay-to-win game, which means that it's totally unacceptable for non-spenders to beat spenders. And hence, Yotta Games came up with a brilliant solution to fix this. The solution is simple. If you're a spender and you want to get strong renegades than your non-spender enemies, then all you need to do is spend more. Now here's how you can spend. When you tap on your training camps, you'll notice that there's now a new option which says crew drills. If you haven't unlocked the first renegade slot yet, then this will be locked and you'll have to unlock it first from the invest center before you can access this feature. Once you've unlocked it, you'll be able to do a lot of different upgrades here. The first thing that I want to make clear is that these upgrades that you see here are upgrades for your renegades and not upgrades for your troops. For example, if I upgrade the assaulter drills, that is the female biker drills, I'll be upgrading the stats of Tammy and Gabby and not my female bikers. You can check which renegade attributes you're upgrading by tapping on the exclamation mark above your stats. For each of your 8 troop types, there are 4 attributes that you can upgrade: strength, technique, physique, and protection. So in total, you have 32 attributes. Every time you upgrade your crew drill level, it'll boost your transfer rate by 100%, which will then be used to calculate your attribute bonus. However, the highest boost that you can get from this depends upon your current stats. So let's take the strength attribute for example. If your current vehicle attack is 296%, then the transfer rate for this attribute will be capped at 296% at level 3, even though it is possible to get 300% at that level. Even if I upgrade the drill to level 4, the transfer rate will still be capped at 296%. Now, to calculate the bonus attributes that your renegades will be getting, you simply multiply the transfer rate by 0.8. This should tell you exactly how much the bonus is going to be. For example, a transfer rate of 296% should give my renegade about 2.37 more strength. Once you've done the upgrade, you'll notice the difference instantly. As you can see, my Lanching strength went up from 74 to 76.37 immediately after upgrading the assault vehicle strength drill to level 3. Now keep in mind that this only affects the strength of Lanching and no other renegades because currently she's the only renegade that boosts assault vehicles. However, if in the future they add more renegades that buff assault vehicles, then their strength will increase as well. You can upgrade other renegades by upgrading the drills of other troop types. For example, upgrading rider drills will increase the attributes of Louise, while upgrading assaulter drills will increase the attributes of Tammy and Gabby. Upgrading gunner drills will increase the attributes of Stark and Jer, while upgrading sniper drills will increase the attributes of Randy. Also, keep in mind that upgrading the strength of Lanching not only increases the damage that she does when you use vehicles in your march, but it also increases the damage that she does when other troops are in your march as well, which means that it benefits all troop types and not just assault vehicles. So I repeat, when you do these drill upgrades, you're not actually upgrading the stats of your troops, but you're upgrading the stats of your renegades. In fact, the drill upgrades have nothing to do with troops at all. I just explained how you can increase your strength attribute by doing these upgrades. It works the exact same way for the technique attribute as well. It's also the same for the physique and protection attributes as well, except the only difference there is that the transfer rate is capped based on your defense attribute and not attack. Now let's talk about the cost of upgrading these crew drills. Since there are 32 drills in total, upgrading all of them to level 4 would cost 832 million cash, 832 million cargo, 83.2 million arms, and 16.64 million metal. After that, the cost seems to go up exponentially because the resource cost jumps from 8 million for level 4 to 18 million for level 5. But you also need crew drill certificates for level 5. To upgrade one drill from level 4 to level 5, it'll cost you 100 of these drill certificates along with a ton of resources. Currently, you can buy the $20 drill certificate pack to get 45 of these certificates, and then there's the $50 tier that gives 70 certificates. Both of these tiers can be bought once per day. There's probably also a $100 tier, which I'm assuming can be bought multiple times a day, which gives somewhere between 70 to 140 certificates. It most likely gives around 105 or so certificates, which can probably be bought a few times a day. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on the $100 pack. So getting 100 certificates to upgrade one drill from level 4 to level 5 should cost you around $45 on an average, so for all 32 it's going to cost you around $1,420 just for one level. Now you can also get these certificates without spending by doing the daily missions. You get one certificate at 340 points, another one at 420 points, and 3 more at 500 points. This means that to get one drill from level 4 to level 5, it'll take you 20 days. And hence, to get all 32 skills from level 4 to level 5, it'll take you 620 days, which is about a year and 8 months. You only need these certificates every 5 levels and not every level. I'm not sure what the max level of these drills is, but my guess would be that it's probably level 50 because most of the top players have over 5000% stats now, and they'll probably increase the max level as the top players get more and more stats. If you're wondering which drills you should invest in, then I would recommend maxing out the drills of the renegades that you use first. If it's a Season 1 renegade, then you'd want to invest in strength first. If it's a Season 2 renegade, then you'd want to invest in technique first. After you've invested in strength or technique, you can then start upgrading both physique and protection, since physique helps against Season 1 renegades while protection helps against Season 2 ones. According to GM, you should invest in strength or technique for the first renegade and protection and physique for the second renegade, because the second renegade does significantly less damage than the first renegade. And I do agree with that, so if you want, you can work on the strength and technique of your first renegade first, then you can do protection and physique for both of your renegades, and then you can work on the strength or technique of the second renegade. Also, keep in mind that the transfer rate will change based on your current stats. So for example, if you change equipment, your stats will change, and therefore your transfer rate will change, which will cause your renegade stats to change. Even when you use different vigilantes in your march, your renegade stats will change, which means their damage will also change. In my opinion, this update is going to give spenders a slight boost when it comes to renegades, because the transfer rate caps of spenders will be much higher than those of non-spenders, and hence the attributes of spender renegades will be higher than attributes of non-spender renegades. So that's my opinion on this update. Before I end this video, I'd like to thank all of my patrons for the support. You can find my Patreon link in the description. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.